raccoons are getting in the trash again. That's what happens when that's what happens when you live out here in the woods. You got raccoons and foxes, and Kila's doing so good. Careful. Careful, careful. Easy does it. Come on. Come on. Go, 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 go. Good girl. You're starting to get it, huh? Slowly but surely. You go potty? Did you do it? Whoa. Kila is doing so good, so much better. I've been actually taking her out of the sling now and letting her walk around by herself. I still help her a little bit, especially in certain up and down hill parts. But she's been doing good. Hi, Kikis. Yeah, Mama Bear. Got to help her down the hill. We've got all these rocks and stuff, so we've got to. There we go. Whoa. Good girl. Yeah, you're doing so good. What are you doing over here? Are you waiting for me to get the food out? Huh? Went grocery shopping. What's up, guys? So I'm gonna go over a little bit of what I went shopping for today, grocery shopping. Basically, eat to be lean. So I know so many of you keep having the same repetitive questions about diet, and I'm just gonna go a little bit over what my current diet has been as of recently, like the last 8 months, and kind of break it down, the different food options and how I'm using the foods. Hi. Hi, you two. What's up? I kind of grouped together all of the food. Well, this actually goes over here. So we've got kind of a vegetable section here. Spinach, green onion, lots of bell peppers, different colors. We've got lots of carrots. They are dog treats as well as my treats. Some asparagus, tomatoes, mushrooms, zucchini. I love zucchini. We've got avocado, and then we have corn, fresh corn. We have raspberries, blackberries, more tomatoes back here. These should go over here. We have a pineapple, banana, lemon, lime, peaches, apples, and we've got sweet potatoes here. So we've got chicken, turkey, and regular bacon, turkey bacon, regular bacon. We have lean ground turkey, and then some thinly sliced steaks. So I have these here in the container, but these are not store-bought blueberries. These are actually blueberries from my mom's garden. So I get a lot of blueberries from her right now. So I get the fresh, straight from the garden berries, guys. Yeah. We're gonna start with carbs. When it comes to carbs, carbs is an energy source. It's what your body feeds off of to fuel you, where you get the, woo, I'm ready to go. You feel good, you feel energized, you feel like you can think straight. Carbs, like potatoes, rice, quinoa, various things like that, supply your body with glucose. Glucose is an energy source. That's what your body uses. We store glucose in our muscle tissue and in our fats. When your body needs that energy, it's gonna pull from those muscle tissue and from the fat to give you energy, to get you going. And those get depleted, whatever you intake and however much you exercise. That's why there's a balance. So if you don't have enough carbs going in and you're exercising too much, that's why a lot of us get, you know, our performance lacks, we don't have energy, or we start storing fat because our body doesn't have that energy source. So it's good to have a balance. You guys know I cut out a lot of processed foods as of recently, and which I feel amazing. I feel good. I don't measure really anything. I kind of have an eye for it because I did it for so long, but I kind of just have an eye for how much I need now, and I kind of go off how I feel. If I'm feeling low on energy, I intake a carb source. If I'm feeling hungry, I eat. If I'm not feeling hungry, I don't force myself to eat, but I do really emphasize on having enough food sources around my most active times of the day. Sometimes it's 2 times a day, so those days I tend to eat a lot more carbs. So my main carb sources are potatoes. So you got your reds and purples and golden, and we've got sweet potatoes or yams. This oatmeal I get from Whole Foods. It's a gluten-free one, and just rolled oats. I have a big container of quinoa and white and brown rice. So those are my main sources, my main carb sources. I really don't do a lot of anything other than that for my complex carbs. Those are considered complex. I focus on eating these before and or after my workouts, like around them. And sometimes as a pre-workout, or I'll have it as a meal afterwards or something, but I always have like a carb and protein around my workouts. This is a whole wheat tortilla, because I know Zach likes these, and every once in a while I will throw something in like that, you know, treat it as a cheat and a reward. So I do get these, and every once in a while I'll throw these in, but this is what I considered a processed food item. Complex carbs take a little bit longer to break down, convert to glucose, and take all the vitamins and minerals. It just takes a little bit longer. First carb items as being complex carbs. Now we're gonna go to simple carbs, like bananas, we've got pineapple, peach, the blueberries, raspberries, blackberries, then we've got apple, lime, and lemon. A simple carb means that their glycemic index is higher, which means your body absorbs that at a faster rate than complex carbs. The simple carbs, they go into your system a lot quicker. Your body breaks them down a lot quicker to be utilized as energy. These are considered carbs because there's more carbs in lemon lime. But all the fruits, I eat a lot of fruits. I don't limit my fruit intake because I feel like because I'm constantly needing a good energy source, so I depend on a lot of fruits, especially right after my workouts. I eat a lot of fruit. Throughout the day, if I'm craving anything sweet or I'm just craving something, I eat a lot of fruit. I don't measure it, I just, when I feel like having it, I have it. So out of the complex carbs and the simple carbs, so we've got the complex and the simple, those are my main carb sources, and that's what I use for my energy. Plus, the nice thing about fruit is fruits not only have antioxidants, vitamins, and minerals for various different things that your body needs, it helps with cravings. I find that I do not have the sweet tooth cravings that I had before for the sugary, like processed sugars as I did before, because I eat a lot of fruit. I feel satisfied, and that's what I love about the fruit. And I don't pick a certain time to eat it. I do eat a lot around my workouts, but I also eat it whenever I want. Again, I don't, you know, I'll eat it right before bed if I want, if I'm craving it. I like to buy my pineapple like this because I like to cut it up, and because I like it fresh. I think it tastes so much better when you cut it up yourself versus buying it prepackaged. I did buy it prepackaged for a while, and I hated the way it tasted. And it went bad really fast. So I like to just get the raw source and cut it up when I'm ready to use it, and it's just so much more flavorful. I love it. Vegetables, like things like bell peppers and zucchini, you know, various different vegetables have carbs in them too. They're less than a lot of fruits, and especially complex carbs. Corn in a lot of my food because corn is other than it's just a good carb source, and I like it. I like the taste of corn. It does have some nutrients in it, but not like a lot of the other fruits and vegetables. But it can kind of spruce up any meal you're making. I actually don't like to cook it. I actually cut the corn raw, right off the cob. I don't cook it, because a lot of times when you cook foods, depending on how you're cooking them, steaming them, frying them, boiling them, whatever it is, you can cook a lot of the nutrients out. And if you ever look at your water when you're steaming or cooking foods, you'll see the color of whatever the food you're cooking in there. That's actually a lot of the nutrients in there, and you should probably let it cool off and then drink it so you get your nutrients from that food item. But I try to stick with as raw as possible and not cook a lot of my fruits and vegetables, because I like to keep a lot of the nutrients in them. I eat a lot of vegetables. I eat a variety of vegetables, and what I have here is just what I went shopping for today, and it's not limited to that. Green onions, we got cilantro, great things to add to your meals. I add this to a lot of stuff because it just adds flavor to your foods. I always like to get Spinach, lots of spinach. I cook a lot with this, either in foods or I leave it raw and I make salads with them. I add them to pretty much everything. I try to stick, when I go for like my lettuce and things like that, I like to stick with really dark greens because those ones are gonna have more nutrients than your super light leafy greens. So I like to stick with the darker the better, because the more nutrients that are in those food items. And then we go to like bell peppers, different colors. I always say have like a rainbow diet, so it's good to have different variety. Plus you get a different taste from these too, so I like to cook a lot with bell peppers. Bell peppers is another good carb source. Then we've got a whole bag of carrots because I love snacks, and what's better thing to snack on than carrots and crunchies. The dogs love them too. Another carb source, but also has a lot of nutrients and vitamins. Nutrients that our body needs. Tomatoes, I like to get the little ones and the big ones, depending on how I'm cooking. You don't have to get both, but I do because, I don't know, I just like to get creative. But tomatoes, another good source of nutrients, various different nutrients, and a carb source. These vegetables and these fruits have fiber. Fiber, our body needs fiber, helps with digestion, helps keep things moving, helps avoid bloatiness. Onions, I love yellow and purple onions, red onions, so I cook with those all the time in a lot of different foods. Asparagus, I don't eat a whole lot of asparagus because I abused asparagus back when I used to do preps, and I ate too much. When I was doing bikini competitions, I ate way too much asparagus and I kind of burned myself out on it. So I get it here and I'll cut up and put it in some things, but I'm still like trying to get my love for asparagus back after it's been abused. It's like chicken. Like chicken, people eat chicken asparagus all the time. Yeah. Zucchini, I absolutely love zucchini, and I eat a lot of zucchini. I make it with pretty much everything. Broccoli, I just get the broccoli heads because I like to cook with these a lot of times too. Well, hello puppies. They know the sound of the broccoli bag. They've got this down now. You guys are funny. They know. So the nice thing about vegetables too is vegetables fill you up. So if you're eating a lot of vegetables with various meals throughout the day, you want something to keep you full and satisfied, vegetables are the way to go. They're going to fill you up a lot more than a lot of other food items, and you'll be fuller longer. Some people need that. Like if you're working a long day and you can't eat, you can't eat a lot of meals in between, you're working, whatever it is that requires you to be there and you can't leave to go eat, having something like that helps to keep you fuller longer through that time until you get to eat again. Now we're going to talk about proteins. So because I talk about not eating processed food and not in intuitive eating and all of that stuff, and I still do buy my meats package. I like to get my protein from those sources. I know there's a lot of people out there that don't eat meat for various different reasons, and I haven't gotten to that point yet because I'm kind of like a meat and potatoes girl, but I do enjoy my meats, and but these are, I do consider still processed because they go through a process to get to this point, obviously. But I just get like chicken, lean turkey. These are some of my favorite sources. I don't usually get red meat. I don't eat a whole lot of red meat, but every once in a while, and I just got these like thinly sliced steaks because I'm gonna make a really yummy recipe for you guys, and I'll be showing that later. And then every once in a while, like I'll get the bacon and the turkey bacon because I know I'll eat those things every once in a while, and Zach loves them too, so I'll eat those. I've got whole eggs, or we've got the muscle egg. So this is a gallon of just organic egg whites, double pasteurized, so they're safe to drink or cook with. I just get the jug from muscleegg.com because I go through a lot of these, and it saves me money than going to the store. It lasts a lot longer. I know a lot of you keep asking about a discount code. I don't have a discount code for Muscle Egg anymore, so I'm sorry. I get pretty creative with my proteins, but I usually try to have a consistent supply of protein throughout the day. So if I'm eating 4 meals, 6 meals, each one always has a protein and a vegetable. And then I always have a fruit kind of throughout the day. And then my complex carb sources are usually always around my workouts. And then of course we can't forget fats. I almost forgot fats. Avocado and my nut butters. So I've got almond butter and peanut butter. Then of course coconut oil, olive oil, and again, I just go for straight sources like that. Now when it comes to fats, I like to have most of my fats first thing in the morning and before bed at night. I don't really eat a whole lot of fat around my workouts, reason being, fats slow down digestion. So whatever you're eating and you have a fat source in there, it's just gonna slow down the way your body processes it and breaks everything down before your body's gonna utilize whatever that food source is providing. The reason I like to have it first thing in the morning is because a lot of times, like if I'm not working out in the morning, I want to eat a meal and I want something to kind of like last, and I feel full for a good period of time throughout the morning. Those of you that have busy mornings and they can't get to a meal, you know, having a fat source with a protein source, a fruit, any combination like that will be great for you. Having it right before bed at night, it just again slows down digestion. So if you're eating a protein and you add in your fats with there, it just kind of slows that down the digestion process when you're sleeping, and we know when you're sleeping, that's when the real recovery happens. When it comes to the workouts, like I was saying, I like to have my fast digesting sources of carbs and proteins because I want my body to utilize it as fast as it can, being how active I am. Like I said, I work out 1-2 times a day. And then I'll be doubling up on my carbs when I do have those double sessions. You can see how majority of my foods are, it's raw, and it's not a lot of prepackaged stuff. You know, you guys used to see I used to eat yogurt and cottage cheese, I used to do various things, different things like that, but I just backed off of that because I do enjoy more of my raw foods and just getting the nutrients out of that, and I just feel good. My body has responded in a positive way, physically, mentally. I just feel great, and it's fun to get creative and cook. I know a lot of people struggle with that, but it's just a matter of taking it upon yourself and just taking the time. And once you get more, you bring in more knowledge, you get more creative, it doesn't seem as overwhelming anymore. Because I know when I first started out, it was very overwhelming, but now, you know, it's consistency, and you've been doing it long enough, and I've been doing it a long time. Reminding you guys, I follow intuitive eating, so it's, you know, I eat what I want, when I want, and how much I want. I don't ever just go with a specific protocol, but I worked up to that. If you don't have a good, healthy relationship with food, you don't trust yourself with overeating or undereating, then I would follow something more specific and structured. But I just got to that point where I was always doing a structured plan and counting macros, and I just got to the point where I was kind of just wanted to take a break from it. I eat about 4 to 6 times a day. It just depends on my day. Depends on how much I'm training, and it also depends on how I'm feeling. If I'm hungry, if I'm not hungry. I don't force feed myself, but I always do make sure I have a good intake on the days I'm training, and especially if I'm double training. On days that are rest days, I'm not so worried about intaking that many meals, and on my rest days, I actually don't intake any complex carbs. I eat a lot of fruit and vegetables with my proteins, and I do have a lot of fat on my rest days. It's simple. I simplified everything. I feel stress-free really with all this, and I'm so much happier with the way I'm doing things. Gotta remember, one way is not going to always work for the next person. This just happens to work really well for me right now. Also depends on what your goal is. So a lot of you are trying to focus on gaining lean muscle mass or weight loss. There could be a specific goal. You could be training for something. Now that is where you're going to tailor your diet according to that. I am just pretty much enjoying life. I'm training. I'm not focusing on anything specific like weight gain, weight loss. That's why intuitive eating works well for me. I probably wouldn't suggest intuitive eating for somebody who's trying to lose weight, like specifically lose weight or gain weight, or if you're training for a marathon or a competition or something like that. That you need to structure your diet according to that because of what you're going to be putting your body through. Structure for things like that works so much better than just kind of going on a whim. Now, the intuitive eating is just basically like a stress-free way of eating, and obviously because what I've been doing, my body just kind of naturally just went down to a body fat, to a lean muscle mass that just is for me. It just depends on the person. It depends on what you like, what your goals are, and you have to go from there. If there is a specific goal you're going for, then that's where you're gonna have to research a good good meal and nutrition plan that would be according to that. And I do have tons of videos that are on that, and I have, you know, I've done so much stuff over the years that I have so much info for you guys out there, so you just have to go look. But hopefully this little video helped you guys kind of understand a little bit better on food and what I'm doing currently, because I know I gotta see a lot of repetitive questions. Also, for those of you that have already subscribed to my FitPlan app, I do have my nutrition guide available now. It basically helps you get an idea of how to set up a day. It has recipes, it has pre and post workout, a grocery list. I mean, it's the nutrition guide. So those of you that are subscribed to my FitPlan app, it should have been emailed to you. If you haven't subscribed yet, go subscribe. And as soon as you subscribe to that, you're gonna get that nutrition guide in your email. So, but thank you guys so much for tuning in again. Thank you so much for your love, your support. You guys are awesome. Anyway, please like the video, subscribe, share. I will see you guys on the next one. Mwah! You don't like to catch things.